I think we're live. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning or afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Students for Equitable Education Summit. I am Kimberly Smith, Executive Director of the League of Innovative Schools, The Digital Promise, and I have the pleasure of opening this incredible day that our students have in store for us. Today, we hear from student voices, voices that must be heard in addressing inequities in education. We know the systems and structures are not working for our students of color. We know the system was not designed to celebrate the diversity of America's student body. We know that education does not center our policies, practices, and models in the needs of students of color. At Digital Promise, we work with school districts across the country within the League of Innovative Schools to imagine and create equity-centered innovations with students and communities. Our Inclusive Innovation Initiative partners districts, students, parents, communities, and researchers in new ways to reimagine how education can be designed. The C Summit is equitable innovation at its core, and we're proud to be the host organization for this spectacular event today. We thank the 9 districts who made this happen, and especially League Districts, Middletown City Schools, Kettle Moraine School District, Richland School District 2, and Princeton City Schools. And I personally want to thank the Digital Promise team that has worked to create this event experience: Jessica Bates, Mi Nguyen, Marcy Zhang, and Corinne Colgan, and Dwayne McClary. And now, I would like to both congratulate and welcome the dynamic duo superintendents who have been leading this amazing effort. Superintendent Julie Mitchell with Roland Unified School District, and Superintendent Marlon Styles with Middletown City Schools, whose energy, creativity, and optimism fuels me every day. And now I will pass the mic to Superintendent Julie Mitchell.
Great. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the C Summit, Students for Equitable Education. First, I'd like to start this morning acknowledging the school districts who have been on this journey with us over the past 6 months. And what a journey it's been to bring this learning to all of you today. We have Kettle Moraine School District in Wisconsin, Kenosha Unified School District, also in Wisconsin, Middletown City School District in Ohio, Richland 2 School District from South Carolina, Mount Vernon City School District in New York, Santa Ana Unified School District in California, Princeton City Schools in Ohio, District 234 Ridgewood High School in Illinois, and the Roland Unified School District in California. I'd also like to thank our sponsors along with the school districts who believed in the vision and the purpose of the C Summit. You know, these folks were willing to take a chance on this new and innovative idea of an all student-led summit because they too believe that together we can make positive change for our students and our community, and that we can learn how to do that from our students themselves. Without Digital Promise, the summit today would not be as robust, technologically advanced, expertly planned, and executed. As an organization, they have stepped up in every way possible to support these young people you will hear from shortly. When they say they are accelerating innovation in education, this is just one example. These 33 people who have brainstormed, met, problem solved, walked alongside our students, helping them to find their voice, share their stories, and to take risks to make lasting change. From strangers to one another just 6 months ago, to colleagues, thought partners, and friends today. Thank you to these adults who stepped up and have volunteered their time over the last 6 months to support the students. There are a few standouts that we would be remiss if Marlon and I did not highlight. Jessica Bates and Mi Nguyen from the Digital Promise team. These 2 ladies know how to make it happen. The ideas they brought to the table and the skill and knowledge to make these ideas come to life are nothing short of incredible. So thank you, Jessica and me, for all of your support and help. Nathan O'Neill is also a standout for sure. In October, he was volunteered for this opportunity. He was asked to jump on a call at the last minute, didn't know what he was walking into, and he has been crazy awesome helping and supporting Marlon and I with this student-led conference. He was all in from day one. He took to organizing, bringing the kids together, and shaping what you're going to be a part of today. So on behalf of Marlon and I and all of our students, thank you. For me personally, having the opportunity to learn from an amazing group of students that you're going to hear from today has been rewarding, significant, and practice changing. Perhaps the question I've been asked the most frequently as this summit has drawn closer and closer is, what on earth possessed you to take on this challenge in what is probably the most challenging year in education? And my answer to that question when people asked was, if not me, then who? I'm an advocate for students, student voice, taking risks, and reflective practices. So when, on an unassuming October day, I received an email from Marlon Styles, superintendent in Middletown, Ohio, who asked me if I'd like to toss around an idea of maybe like creating some sort of an ed camp or something with students providing the content, I said, sure. Next, Marlon and I are in a Zoom meeting talking about these ideas to dream about what could be, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger with some, at the beginning, unrealistic timelines, but we've adjusted. We learn as we go. So you see, Marlon and I, we don't do small, we're all in. In the end, our goal was to design a student-led conference to push educators and provide an awareness of personal and institutional inequities that's negatively impacting our students that we are all here to serve. The vision of what would become the C Summit was to empower students from across the nation to lead discussions, to share their story, and to provide learning for educators on personal experiences to impact change on how educators operate, how our schools operate, how they're designed, how they function, so that they can be more equitable, open access, and free of bias. We wanted the experience designed by students from across the country to provide authentic professional learning opportunities for educators of all backgrounds. So we tasked ourselves to nationally convene students from a variety of districts to engage in design thinking, to challenge with the initial challenge to create this student-led conference, an experience aimed again at addressing inequities, at lack of access, bias, and racism in our schools. And while we had the secondary goal to work beyond today, we've got things we want to do to carry this conference forward and the work that you're going to hear about forward. We have a collective commitment with one another as a group to stay in the moment today, to watch, to listen, and to learn. So we're so grateful to the 7 other school districts who accepted the invitation and the challenge to hand over the stage, to embrace putting learning into the hands of capable and passionate students. Today at the C Summit, we have 22 high schools, 9 school districts from 6 states, 3 different time zones, 44 students, and 31 adults who have been committed to the work. This is how we met, all through Zoom, all through the internet and so forth. I was just sharing with Marlon, there's one person in this group that I have seen and met and talked to in person. One that I met just the other day to hand off some materials for the conference. So there's actually 2. But we've made technology work to our benefit. For the last 6 months, we've spent time together, meeting, talking, learning, fine-tuning. We talked to the students about assumptions, about prejudice, about bias, about lack of access. And our students asked, what do you see when you look at me? They shared how they're labeled, how assumptions are made because of the color of their skin or where they live, their sexual orientation, the backgrounds of their families, how they must prove themselves over and over again when other students do not. These students are brave, they're courageous and passionate about how we make our schools better for them. The very students in this national or this nation's educational system is currently underserving, they're going to inspire you to reform our practices. What we know is the current K-12 education system presents historic systemic inequities for students across the country. And it's our hope that the experience today inspires educators to move from advocacy to action. What do you see when you look at your students? Do you open doors for all, or are there assumptions or judgments that are made? As an attendee today, we ask that you embrace trading seats with students, take the role as a learner, and engage with those who know our schools best from the inside, from that client perspective. It's been an honor to work with these young people, to hear their stories and provide them with a platform to educate others. Kids have so much to teach us, and clearly we have so much to learn. It's a safe space where everyone is valued and respected. While the content and experiences and the stories that you'll hear today may be hard to listen to, they may be hard to understand, We beg you to keep an open mind and challenge yourself to see our schools from their perspective. We're honored to have you here today and grateful for you joining with our students as we tackle this challenge head on. We want schools across this country to better serve the children who show up each day with dreams for their lives and for their futures. Through you and the students in this group, we're going to create countless opportunities for millions of underserved children in the years to come. We ask that together, let's be the reason for a better tomorrow. Marlon?
Thank you, Julie. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hashtag see us all. Thank you for being here today. We are thrilled to finally be here 6 months into the process. Today is all about our students and educators who are joining us to really learn from our students and focus on what we can do in our classrooms so they can make their dreams come true. I want to set the stage for just a few moments that we are here to learn. Recently had the opportunity to listen to Dr. Bettina Love, and she said something that was very powerful. She said, I'll kind of paraphrase just a little bit. She said that you have to be at the table for the design for the system to think of you. Something that really impacted me big time. And I want to offer that to our participants today. So before you go to design the system, right, or before you go to design solutions, or as we've talked about so much in education in the past several months, how can we create better inclusive classrooms? How can we embrace equity, diversity, and inclusion in our school systems? Before you start entertaining reform items, before you start thinking of initiatives, or before you start thinking about solutions for our students, we're not asked today in the C Summit that you just press the pause button and you ask yourself the question, how can I learn myself up so that I can invite students to the table to help me find those solutions, initiatives, and reform areas inside of our school buildings? Today, you're gonna see C Summit student leaders, right? Student leaders who have come to the table. They have risen to the occasion to help educate our adults, you who's here with us today. You often hear the term kids these days, right? Kids these days, kids these days. Well, kids these days, for the next couple hours, they're going to take center stage. And kids these days, the next couple hours, they're going to share with you how they're breaking the mold and how they want to shape the future. They want you to see them as future diversity officers, aspiring lawyers, civil rights lawyers, future surgeons, future pediatricians, and future nurses, right? Our kids have dreams, but they need access to those opportunities inside our classrooms to make those dreams come true. And it's important that today that you as a participant really hold true to what the student leaders from the C Summit are trying to teach you inside their classrooms here virtually at the C Summit. So we are awfully thrilled that you are with us today. As you go through the 2 sessions today, I ask that you really ask yourself the question, what do you see when the students in your classroom walk in and you go to educate them? Please embrace the opportunity as a learning moment from students. To our students, you have been born to break the mold. Today is your moment. Please shine bright. And if you guys are all right, let's kick this thing off. Let's stop hearing from us as adults. Let's jump right into the C Summit, where our students are going to take over here in just a few moments. We're going to start with a very special keynote from Chris Singleton, who has a really powerful message that he's going to offer us here at the C Summit as part of our keynote speech. Very special message for you as adults, educators in the room today, but also a special moment message for our students. Chris is an inspirational speaker who's on a mission to end racism in this world. His message of nobody chooses their skin color, so why would you ever hate someone for their skin color? Why would you ever hate me? Why would I ever hate you? Is the message that he brings is so inspiring for participants. You're going to hear a very strong, powerful message. We ask that you just receive and enjoy the message. And with that being said, looking forward to you being here today. So very proud of our student leaders. Let's dig right in. We're going to kick off the C Summit, hashtag see us all. So glad you're here.